Good morning. Let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for everyone for attending. I'm Zeke Smith, and on behalf of the Alabama Workforce Council, Governor, and myself, we do appreciate the opportunity to serve in this capacity. We really had one task in mind, and that was to foster dialogue between business, industry, and education to create bold recommendations around workforce and skilled labor that we think will separate the state of Alabama from the rest of the country. We've been on this journey for about 6 months, Governor, with a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of questions, a lot of research that was done picking the brains of business and education experts all across the state of Alabama. And we're excited today to deliver to you that which you really asked us to do, and that was a single task, a responsibility to foster dialogue between business, industry, and education to deliver on these recommendations. What we have today are, we believe, bold recommendations around 4 general areas. 1, marketing and promotion. How can we better market and promote the skilled trades and the jobs in the state of Alabama? Also, Governor, collaboration between industry and education. What kind of recommendations can we make to foster and improve on collaboration between industry and education in the state? And you will see recommendations that specifically address that. Also, we looked at public and private partnerships. How can we make recommendations to encourage public and private partnerships in the state of Alabama and to make people aware of private and public partnerships that exist today? And then also to look at structure and to say, okay, from a structural standpoint, we've got so many functions across the state that do a great job with workforce. Are there some recommendations that we can make that would even take it and improve it and move it from good to great all across the state? With that in mind, Governor, we want to present to you some recommendations today that we believe represent just the beginning, because this committee still has this council still has a lot of work to be done. I want to thank all the council members that are here today. This was a great team effort with experts all across this state, along with a very strong support team, to deliver on recommendations that we believe accomplish one mission, and that is to improve educational outcomes and to promote workforce and economic development for the state of Alabama. So with that, Governor, we're proud to present to you our recommendations. And again, this is only the beginning of our journey, but we're very excited to do that today.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, good morning, everyone. And this is a special day today that we've been looking forward to now for, I guess, since January of 2013. And when we, at that point, established the College and Career Readiness Task Force, and then out of that, with the help of our great legislature, we developed the Alabama Workforce Council to come together to work with business, industry, education, to come up with the ideas on what is being presented to me today. Zeke, I want to thank you and everyone that has worked so hard on this council. Y'all have put a tremendous number of hours into this, and I want you to know how much I appreciate it. It's taken a lot of hard work, but you've taken it seriously. Now, the reason I think that you have taken it seriously is because you know the needs out there. Those of you in business and industry, you know what the needs are. So I know that you took it seriously for that reason. Those of you in education, you took it seriously because you know that you're the ones who train and deliver I started to say patients, but I'm talking like a doctor, but the students that are trained and those that will become part of our workforce in the state of Alabama. You understand that. So the two merging together is what has really excited me. And the other thing about it is you also realize that what I have done in the last 4 years, when I have asked a task force to work and put hours and hours into an issue, that I just don't take this recommendation and put it on the shelf. We take this recommendation and we determine what we can use out of that, and then we put it into practice. And there are actionable items already that are in here that we can, and in fact, we had some ideas already of some of the things on workforce development that y'all are recommending in this. And we have already begun on our side of the executive branch looking at different structures that we're going to put together to make things more efficient and to make things work better. I will not name the name of the company, nor will I name the city, but yesterday I had the privilege of meeting with a company. One of the issues, and the number one issue, in fact, that they were concerned with was workforce training. That was their issue. And I was proud to tell them yesterday, as we talked about the hundreds and maybe thousands of jobs that could come from this company, I was proud to tell them that I was going to be presented this today. And I was proud to tell them of the hard work that you have put into this effort. We are going to take these recommendations. What requires legislation, we will be working with our legislature to get that passed, and I know our legislators will be very hopefully excited to see what's going to be presented to them because it is a very pro-business legislature, and they understand the needs that we have. Those that can be done with the executive orders, I will be doing that as quickly as possible. So we will take this, some of the things I already know about and we're already working on, but we will take this and look at these recommendations, and I know that this is just the beginning, Zeke, because this is an ongoing process. And I just want to thank all of you who have worked so hard, and I can assure you that it will not be on a shelf. This will be put into practice, because this is one of the most important things that we can do to bring industry into Alabama as far as our recruitment, to retain the companies that we already have in this state and help them grow. And then the third part, which is our third part of Accelerate Alabama, is to renew our economy by helping new companies be formed with ideas, entrepreneurship, and innovation. And so we're going to use this, and we're going to use it within our strategic plan that we've put in place. So again, let me thank you, and I appreciate so much, Zeke, all of you who have worked so hard, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Governor. And again, from all of the council, we are so appreciative and thank you for your commitment to ensure that future generations of Alabamians are able to enjoy long, sustainable careers in the thriving industries in the state of Alabama. Thank you again. And with that, I want to introduce one of our members of the council. Many members have just had so much input into this process, and now I'd like to introduce Sandra Coblis, who served on our Industry and Education Collaboration Subcommittee. And Sandra is here to just pass on a few words of wisdom to us as well. Sandra?
Thank you, Zeke, and thank you, Governor Bentley. I would be remiss if I didn't start out thanking Governor Bentley on behalf of Austal USA and Mobile, Alabama, and all of our other industry partners in this great state for prioritizing our students in Alabama, our future workforce, and also for prioritizing the needs of employers in the state of Alabama, both today and tomorrow, through the creation of this Alabama Workforce Council. And for that, we thank you, Governor Bentley. I've been involved in recruitment, training, and what we now refer to as workforce development in the state of Alabama for over 20 years. I have had the honor of serving on many boards, participating on many councils, for which I am very grateful. I have to say that the Alabama Workforce Council is unique and most impressive because it is industry-led and it has a unified vision to gain the collaboration of all workforce development partners in the state of Alabama. That is what makes this council unique to me and my experiences in the last 20 years. I've also, in the last 5 years, had the opportunity in Southwest Alabama at Austell, USA, specifically in Mobile, to hire nearly 3,500. So it is not without any surprise how important the work of this council is to me. I recognize and appreciate that work is going to allow us to continue to grow our workforce to the next level. And most importantly, I realize that it's going to allow us to ensure that all Alabama workers are prepared for those high-wage, high-demand jobs that are available at companies like Austell USA and many, many others that are represented in this room today and certainly on the council. Most of you know me, and you know that I'm typically going to end with something really bold because I drive to Montgomery every month because I want to see change in the state of Alabama. We've done some great things, and we have even greater things to do. As Zeke said, it's good to great. And that is, I leave you with the Alabama Workforce Council, as I have observed, is aiming to achieve, and I am confident that it will, quantum change, not just incremental progress. And that will allow companies like Austell and many others to participate in fundamentally developing the blueprint that is going to allow us to finally connect workforce development and economic development to ensure what is most important to all of us, that the labor pool meets the labor demands across the great state of Alabama. So I thank you for this opportunity to serve on the council, and I am grateful for Governor Bentley and his staff and for the state of Alabama for all that they have done for Austell and all the other employers in the state of Alabama. We thank you.
Good morning. And Governor Bentley, maybe if we started thinking about our clients as patients, we might even treat them a little differently. So I kind of like that. It is an honor for me to be a part of this press conference. I think, as all of us know, under the leadership of our governor, Governor Robert Bentley, there has been vast growth in both new and existing business and industry in our great state. And I think that's a very, very important point. But with significant growth in business and industry also comes challenges. You've heard a few of those just a moment ago. And those challenges must be addressed if this remarkable growth is to continue. One major challenge faced by both our state and the Alabama Community College system is delivering the essential, high-skilled, highly trained workforce to business and industry. And here is kind of an interesting and puzzling dichotomy. We are now a number of years past what's been called the Great Recession. And no question, employment is up significantly in our state and even at the national level, but it's not as high as we might expect it to be. And at the same time, employers still struggle to fill certain types of vacancies, especially those in the middle skill jobs such as high-skill manufacturing and other related technical fields, those jobs that require post-secondary education and training. And even though those middle-skilled jobs, and I don't like that term because somehow it seems like they're lesser, because they certainly aren't, even though these middle-skilled jobs are very lucrative, and we're talking $40,000 to $100,000 a year and higher, we're just not attracting and educating the numbers necessary to sustain our workforce needs. For perspective, currently, the United States has about 69 million people at work in middle-skilled jobs. This is at the national level. And that represents about 48% of our labor force nationally. In Alabama, about 60% of our labor force fall into this middle skill category. Unfortunately, Alabama, like our country, requires more of these high-skill, high-wage workers. And in fact, a ready and able workforce is critically important. It's a critically important incentive these days to attract and retain new business and retain our existing industry. And I think Secretary Canfield would probably agree with that. So this is the very issue the Alabama Workforce Council, or one of the issues the Alabama Workforce Council has been addressing so well during this past year, and I think we've made fabulous progress. Under Mr. Zeke Smith's very able leadership, the Council's recommendations will align and strengthen all workforce functions in our state, thereby, for instance, adding and developing additional partnership opportunities between education and business and industry. And I can't emphasize enough the importance of those partnerships. Increased earn and learn programs, more robust apprenticeship opportunities for technical students, and other related public-private partnerships, I believe, are the answer to this middle skills gap that, with which we're challenged. And I'm very grateful to our governor for his vision, thankful to Zeke Smith for his leadership, and appreciative to all who are playing such an important role on this council. We now have a plan to address our workforce challenges, for which I'm personally very grateful, and I'm excited to execute this plan, or to be a part of executing this plan. I think to further illustrate the importance of educating workers for these high-skilled jobs in our state, I'm honored to introduce to you one of our community college's finest technical faculty members, Mr. Tom Berryman. Mr. Berryman is director of the Alabama Center for Automotive Excellence at Lawson State Community College. He holds a BS degree in industrial technology from Western Kentucky University, and more importantly, has been working in the automotive industry since 1979. Mr. Berryman is an ASE Master Certified Technician who has been an automotive instructor since 1990 and has taught locally, nationally, and internationally, so he has that kind of breadth. Most importantly, Mr. Berryman is a committed educator and understands our workforce challenges, especially as they relate to these middle-skilled jobs. So he's going to talk just a bit from his perspective, what he's experiencing now and the needs for our state. Mr. Berryman.
Thank you, Dr. Heinrich. Thank you, everyone. I just want to talk a little bit about the automotive service industry, as Dr. Heinrich said. I'm from Lawson State Community College. Most of you don't realize it. Most people don't. We're the best kept secret in the South. But we are the largest automotive training facility in the state, possibly in the Southeast. We've got 6 different programs. What really makes us unique is we have existing partnerships with the 3 largest manufacturers, General Motors Corporation, Ford Motor Company, and Toyota Motor Sales. And we do cooperative agreements with the dealerships. Our students work full-time in the dealership, come to class full-time, and we trade places back and forth. I have a huge demand for my students. Right now, as I was telling Dr. Heinrich, I'm getting phone calls every single day from independent shops, dealerships. I got some yesterday from the automotive manufacturing plants. They're looking for technicians. These are jobs that pay anywhere from $40,000 to $70,000 a year, and we can't fill them. They call me up and say, I need one of your graduates. And my response is, I can't help you. Right? I have over 100 students enrolled in my programs, and every single one is locked into a sponsor already. So I don't have a graduate that I can just hand you who just graduated and can go to work. We've got to build up the initiative on the front side to get these kids into these programs. These highly skilled trades are paying extremely well. We're getting a lot of 4-year college kids that are coming back. They've been out there looking for work and can't find it. They're starving. Right now, the last study I saw from the National Endowment for Financial Education says that 42% of adults between the ages of 18 and 29 are receiving financial assistance from their parents. That's almost half of everybody under 30 is having to have help from mom and dad. And we're pushing them into those 4-year slots. The 2-year colleges are doing a great job, but we need more people. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. The job outlook for automotive service technicians is outstanding in this state. There are a lot of different career tech programs across the state that are just begging for students. We've got the demand, and we've been working with industry, and we look forward to working more with them, but we need more people. And that's what I wanted to ask for. Thank you.